Hey everyone, Jerry here, and welcome to my brand new series. Now, this is not a series on Gnomoria as such, but it is a series of, shall we call them, pilot episodes that I'm doing, where I am basically going to be playing a game for a bit, 30-40 minutes-ish, and then judging from how the video is received, I will then decide on whether to do an actual series on the game. Now, this of course puts a bit of pressure on you guys, because you need to tell me if you want to see more of this game. So yeah, once you've watched the video, make a comment, hit the like button if you want to see more, and then depending on the interest, then yeah, I'll see about doing it. Alright, so since this is a brand new game, I'm gonna start a new game, and let's randomize the land for a bit here. Let's see if we can find something funny. The Snack Kingdom, yeah, that'll do. Kingdom Plus Standard, difficulty normal. That sounds very hard, but sure, let's go for that. I'm not too good at this game, I must admit, so most likely with normal I will end up getting my backside pummeled. So we'll see. I do know the basics of the game. I've played it a bit, like I know the first couple of hours how they are supposed to be working. So hopefully you guys will learn something as well if you ever have any interest in these sorts of dwarf fortress with a user interface and graphics type of games. Now, Gnomoria is very much a Dwarf Fortress clone. However, I have never tried Dwarf Fortress, so I don't know how good a clone it is. I have tried this game though. I have also tried Towns, which I'm not gonna be trying in this series because I'm not very good at it at all. I like this one better, and they're pretty much the same game. Alright, so there we go. This is our land. Let's just zoom out a bit so we can see what kind of shape we have. We have some forest. We have a big ass mountain over there with a nice flat area in front of it actually. We have a lake here in the middle with some birch trees and such. But yeah, there's not a lot of room inside this mountain here, but it is a nice big mountain which could make for a pretty decent looking castle. Or fortress, or gnome stronghold. So let us grab our, let's see, mine the wall, and let's make an entryway into here. Is this centered? Yeah, no it's not. Let's go with this, and then mine all the way there, and then let's go and say, hold on, cancel job on these, so we have it centered. Okay, so now we have the miners for a job. Now we need some wood as well, and we need some food. So let's... Actually, I'm just going to right-click here. Underground farm. Ooh, that's something new that has been added since I last played. We need someone to forage all this shit here. There's a ton of apples and cotton and such. And then we need someone to start cut clippings off of these trees here so we can make a grove. And we also need to cut some clippings off of these trees here. And then finally we can have someone felling these trees. Alright, that should be most people working. Now let's unpause the game for a bit. Let the autosave handle it. And then see what happens. Now, pause. I paused again immediately because as you can see we have some people who are still idle here. So let's quickly see what their job is. Population. There we go. And we have a rancher and 2 builders who are idle. Now, the builders, each of these gnomes have like a ton of skills, and you can see the builders here, they have construction, they have holding as their standard skills, but not much else. The skill level allows people to work faster and possibly even produce better goods, I guess. But as you can see, he does have 10 mining here, so we can actually, if we say proficient builders, they're also allowed to mine and make blocks. And let's call this builder V2. And let's not call it that. Let's call it constructor, because this kind of that profession kind of turns into the into people's last name. Oh, actually, that was just his profession. I called that. Hold on, let's just set him back to being a builder and then go in and change the actual builder profession. So we have the builder here, and he can mine and make blocks as well. And then we have the rancher. Now we have 2 yaks here, which we want to put in a pen somewhere. So for now, let's make a, I guess that's, yeah, a pasture for them over here. There. And yak. And then we also need, because the yaks need, they'll need to eat, so we need to make a, very quickly, a designated area here. And say, okay, this area here, they can contain, that's not in food, is it? Is there anything like plant parts? Plant there. And straw. So we can, people will take all the straw from over here and actually put right next to the animals, so they don't like wander across the plains to get some food. That's one of the silly things I've experienced. But yeah, as the remaining builders should go and join the guys mining over here. Let's just quickly have a look if they actually have done that. Stocking item, no, they're just moving stuff. They're still idle. I don't know if they actually need a mining pick to mine then. In which case, I guess we can allow them to maybe woods, no, agriculture. We can allow them to cut clippings as well. Now, if we look in here, our miners are starting to make progress into the mountain, and you can see we actually have stone in this mountain, like even at ground level. That's quite unusual for me to find stone in an actual, like, the first layer of a mountain, but that's pretty good because we're gonna need a bunch of stone. And it's really boring digging out a ton of dirt, and you don't have anywhere to store the dirt, and it just lies on the ground, and it's annoying. Okay, now it's time to start planning out our fortress. Now, we do have a lot of space inside this mountain. So the easiest, of course, would just be to dig out everything and then build walls as I need them. Alternatively, one could like build or dig out corridors and then replace the walls as you get materials for it. But for now, we need a workshop room, so I'm actually gonna let's make a long tunnel here that goes across, and then actually continue this on the other side as well, just so we have kind of a structure to the whole thing built. Now the first day here goes primarily with just securing a bunch of basic resources. We need to make a crafting bench, and we need to get that set up pretty quickly. So I'm actually also gonna, can we just do we want to just put it outside? Yeah, let's put it outside. So we say build workshop, crude workbench. Now you see this one takes a log and a raw stone. So if we just put a couple of these outside, then the builders have something else to do. Hopefully. I don't know whether they're running around, maybe cutting saplings. But eventually I guess they should be built. We can probably, if we go here, we can say it's open. See population. Now whenever you have some people like this, you can see agriculture is actually taking priority over building. So we need to move building up for the builders here. And workshop needs to get up as well, because I want my builders working in the workshop when not building stuff. Hauling, of course, should be bottom, because that's the least important task. So yeah, now once they finish their job, they should start on this. Yeah, you can see it's turned green now, meaning that someone has started working on it. Went in to get a stone, and now he's gonna, oh, he already brought a log, yeah. Okay, excellent. Now we can start making planks and workbenches and chisels and such. So this will happen automatically when we start building more workshops. But for now, we actually need a space to put these workshops. So let's have a nice and big room here. I like to make it 7 wide, because then you can have like line the walls with workshops. I don't know if you can maybe increase the priority of this one. Nope. Okay, so let's just, like, you dug enough there, and you've dug enough there. Get started on this workshop room here. In the meantime, let's see, do we have anyone idling? We do have someone idling, actually. we have a lot of food getting like picked up here, so I'm wondering whether it would be prudent to try and get some of it closer to us. I can also have a bit of busy work here. Let's designate an area stockpile. Yeah, let's give people a bit of busy work. Goods, soil. Now everyone who's idle can just start moving soil. It'll clean up the floor nicely. Okay, so the miners are done with that room. That means we can tell them to continue this tunnel in here. And then we can start building a workshop. Let's have a carpenter. Now you can see that it needs a workbench, a chair, and a chisel, and we can make all these at this station here. So using the R key to rotate it, we can place it where we want it. I want it right there. And then hopefully whoever is in charge of crafting stuff here will come and actually start working on that. So yes, it's turned green now, so someone is assigned to working on it. There we go. We have Dingus Woodcutter. But yeah, as you can see, people are busy moving all these soil parts into this stockpile here just to kind of clean up the floor a bit. I just hate looking at these soil bits all over the castle or stronghold. So yeah, this guy is building planks. This one is not doing anything actually. They only so we're gonna have him craft some planks here, and we're gonna say let's craft 2. Let's say so we always have 6 planks going, and then hopefully someone will come over there and start making planks. It's 4 o'clock. Light is starting to fade. Now that's not a big deal as long as we're still in the early spring. There's not going to be a lot of wild animals or anything coming for us. So it should be rather safe to just focus on doing stuff. Now we do need... hold on, let me just pause for a quick second here, because we need a dormitory. So let's build that there, and hopefully the miners will start working once they drop their stuff. Yeah. And because we do have some extra straw here, which we can use to make some straw beds, which basically when the gnomes here, when they sleep in a proper bed, they will work faster the next day, and they'll sleep for a short amount of time. So a straw bed is not a proper bed, but it's better than nothing. And that's kind of the logic I'm going with here. So if we start, say, build furniture, straw bed. See, we have 31 straw, so we can pretty comfortably make like, let's make 5 of these. Then they can take turns in sleeping. So hopefully the builders, yeah, as you see, it's turned green now, so builders will start picking up some straw, go over here and plant it. Now this little bit of terrain here I actually want to flatten out so we have a nice big flat area in front of us. But that will require that we, first of all, there's no reason, as far as I see, to not forage from these trees on top of the hill. So I'm just going to let people do that. And then once that is done, we can start digging out the area. Now digging out areas is one of the few things where the interface in this game is actually not that optimal. Mainly because you'll end up having either floating grass or you'll end up having your gnomes trapped and not unable to get up to where they need to dig. So that's kind of silly. But other than that, let's continue. We need to fell these trees up here as well. So hopefully the woodcutters will get working on that. See, someone made a workbench here, so we're getting pretty close to... We need a chair and we need the chisel. And over here I'm actually gonna craft an extra chisel and such, because we're gonna need more of it, so might as well start crafting some extra resources. Getting the gnomes to prioritize the right task is one of the big challenges of this game. And it takes a lot of micromanagement. Yeah, let's just have a look around, see what other resources we have. Strawberries here. I think we might have some oranges down here. There's a bit of cotton. And a lot of fruit trees still. Okay, we're also, since we have stone at this level, we don't actually need to make a large staircase going down just yet, which is quite brilliant. So instead we can maybe make a staircase going up and then like have the personal living quarters upstairs. We also need to make a dining hall pretty soon. Let's just actually just set one of those up. We can always use the room for something else later. Basically having a dining hall and then assigning it as being the Great Hall is a way to make sure that whenever you have an idle gnome, they'll go in there and hang out. So you can pretty easily see if there's anyone that needs a job. Keeping them busy, that's the best thing. You'll notice the display up here on the left. We have the depth, which changes when I scroll with my mouse wheel. We have our stocks of food and we have our stocks of drink. I don't think the gnomes care too much what they eat. It's just that better food lasts for a longer time, so they'll need to eat less often. Which is of course always a nice thing. But other than that, as long as there's enough food, they'll just eat a bit more often and then, yeah. Okay, so they finished clearing out this bit here. Let us pause the game quickly and then we can start digging. Now I'm saying dig hole because that allows, or that removes both the floor and the wall. And I'm doing it in a narrow strip here in the middle. And yeah, because then the gnomes can get back up there in case they fall down. Like they're really bad at navigating in. Really easy for them to get stuck while doing stuff like this. Like if this one starts digging underneath her, for instance. So stuff like this needs to be taken in small bits. Now they finally finished all the stuff for this workshop in here, so we'll have our we have a carpenter now, and this allows us to make stuff like bed frames, wood doors, sticks, tables, dressers, cabinets, crates, barrels. So pretty nice tool. Now we will also need pretty soon a stone cutter and a stonemason. Stone cutters are needed to make or convert like all this stone here into useful stuff in the first place, like the stone blocks. Just like this one here can make logs into planks, which you can then use as furniture. This one makes stone into blocks, and then the blocks can be further refined into stuff like saw blades, etc. There is also a more advanced version of this one, the sawmill, which just allows for crafting of planks, but it does it much faster than this one. So as soon as I get my stone mason up, I'll make a sawmill, and then we can get rid of these two, because then we have all the function in other more efficient workshops. As you can see, the gnomes have started taking turns to sleep in these beds. That's nice. We need to designate the let's just say, okay, this is a dormitory now. And designate area, we have. I'm kind of excited about this underground farm. I'm gonna have to play with that at some point. But we have the dining room in here. Now, for now, I'm gonna set this as the Great Hall, because then people will go in there. I can move the Great Hall at a later point once we actually have a Great Hall. But for now, that'll have to do. The stockpile in here has nearly filled up now, so we're getting a lot of dirt moved out, which is... It doesn't serve a useful purpose, but it cleans up in here a bit. The stone will get used eventually, so... But I don't think there's many uses for dirt other than just crafting basic walls and such with it. Now, why are people not crafting here? Because they don't have enough planks. Or do they? That's the question. Everyone just seems to be hauling stuff instead of doing useful. Ooh, what's this? We have coal in the wall. That's pretty nice, because that means we can make torches. Okay, so now we're finally getting something crafted here. We also have some basic woods or basic supplies over here. Let's see. And we started digging out here. Let's continue digging. Let's see, dig hole. So yeah, dig that. And hopefully they won't get stuck over here. Like, it's so annoying with having the floating grass left over, because that prevents crops from growing and such. But this entire area is going to take a while to dig out. I'm also going to have to cut down all these trees here. So let's get someone on that, actually. Fell trees. There we go. We can use the wood. And let's see. Everyone's sleeping. Someone's sleeping on the floor. Yeah. What? Bootlilva? Bootlilva? Whatever. Strange name. Strange gnome. But yeah, everyone's apparently having a morning nap. Except for the guy holding stuff. Is he a miner? You? Pause the game. Are you a miner? No, you're a farmer. Okay, so we also need to get our farmers going. But that's kind of why I want this area out here flattened. So yeah, the miners will have to start working. I also want to replace the floor over here with soil, so that's actually something I can start doing. Replace floor with dirt floor. As it is now, it's clay, and clay doesn't allow for crops to grow. So we will need to replace like oh, we don't actually need up here because that's gonna get dug out. But these ones here at least should be replaced. And that should allow the grass to grow onto it. Now, we still need a chair, which needs more planks, which needs to be delivered, I guess, and crafted. So, who are these guys working around? Does the farmer? I guess I can make the. If I make the farmer, craft planks as well. Farmer, wood, carpentry. And yeah, that should take priority over hauling, so yeah, he starts crafting planks here. Excellent. Now later on, when you have more gnomes, it makes more sense to have specific jobs for them so they can become good at what they do. But for now, I just want to keep everyone busy, doing something useful, other than just hauling dirt. Despite the hauling dirt being pretty useful. But yeah, I'm gonna pause the recording for a bit, and then once I come back we'll have a bit more progress made and you can actually see a bit more of the game. So I'll see you guys in just a bit. Alright, I'm back and I've made a bit of progress. As you can see, I've removed most of this mountain here, or little hill, kinda. Still want to get rid of a bit more of it, so let's keep shaving off. But other than that, I've started a path out here. I've made a little entrance to the place here, where I'm trying to build a bit on top of that. I've made a couple more workshops in here, so we have the stone cutter here. We have the stone mason here, which can actually use the blocks he makes to make furniture. We have the sawmill here, which can then make planks much faster than these guys out here, so I've removed those. And we have a bunch more workshops that we need to get started on. But we also need to start focusing on some farming, which is what I want to do right now. So, to start with, I want to make this path here pretty wide eventually, so let us leave room for that. And then we'll make, not there, but maybe here? How big do we want to make them? 7 by 10? Yeah, that sounds good. And then we shall make a wheat farm first of all. Alright, so now there's gonna be a farm here. I also want to make a cotton farm and a strawberry farm, so let's make strawberries there. And then we want to get rid of this one eventually, and just basically we want to make a bigger pasture somewhere over here maybe. And so we have a path going in here, and then I guess if we split up like this, then we can make another farm over here, but there's a bunch of trees and such in the way, so we need to get our farmers to also start foraging over here and get rid of all this crap. Now, we also want to make some groves to grow trees on. That's kind of vital as well. So we're gonna need some space for that. I think we're gonna have the grows over here and then have the flat farms over here and then maybe change up where these guys are living. Yeah. Let's see, agriculture, fell trees. Let's fell all these trees here. Get rid of those. Give those guys something to do. Who are you in there idling? You are Bass the ranger. You have cooking animal. Yeah, you're the ranger, rancher. So you don't really have anything to do. We also want to dig some more. Let's first of all, let's see. They started tilling and planting the wheat farm here. That's good. I guess they moved over to foraging, the farmers. We still need to dig out. What do I keep? We need to dig out more here. Get rid of this. There's actually something in the way here, so we need to forage as well. Rid of all that. And it's raining. Now, there's not a lot of rain particles, but you can see the blue stuff on the ground falling. That's water, supposedly. Dig a hole. There. I don't know if it's actually... Yeah, it appears that it's actually... Is it turning the soil into clay? No, it's just wet soil, I guess. But I'm guessing the rain is good for crops. I don't know, for sure. I'm not that far into the game. Or that experienced with the game. Let's see, if we remove the designation for these guys, they're gonna run away. And then we can make a larger pasture for them. Oh, we can't, not there. Start it here. And if we want to go for symmetry, then we need to put it like this. Now, this one can contain 7 animals instead of the 3 that the other one could. Let's go with that. So that's much better. Now the ranch also has a job to get these guys back in there before they go and get themselves killed. The wheat farm is pretty important to get running because otherwise we're going to run out of straw and the yaks will die of starvation. That's not something we want. Let's see, we still need a cotton farm, so let's plant that one as well. Designated area, farm 7x10 and cotton. This one's 7x10, yeah. Yeah. Alright, 3 identical farms there. Nice. Keep digging away at the mountain here. Get room for some of those lovely groves. Glows. Now as you can see here, I've started building a bit aesthetically here. I don't think people actually get up there and build those, even though there is a kind of a silly ramp. But no matter. We found there's some sapphire in the wall over here, and we have the coal in the wall over here, so we actually want to dig out some more of this. We also need some more rooms, like we need a kitchen and such. So let us get our miners going here, and keep the symmetry for now. So we'll make a slightly narrow room here. I guess we can use that for storage or hospital or something. Hospital will be nice, I think. And then we can have another workshop over here, so let's make it 12x17. And 9x7 over here. Get a hole in. Okay, we also need to set up a job for this. Like, there's a lot of... since you don't control anything directly, you just tell them what to do. So a lot of the game is giving orders and then hoping that they'll perform them in the right order. Like, we have all these guys in here just relaxing now because I don't have any like proper construction work going on. So let's start with that actually. Did I make a stone door? Yeah, I think I did. So let's build furniture, door, and stone door. Just so we have a door that looks nice. Other than that, we need some more workshops so we can actually start working with some of the other stuff that we have. We want a loom and a tailor so we can make bandages. So the loom is the first step. In order to get a tailor, we need a bone somehow, so that requires us either to breed a yak or actually defeat an enemy, so we have some bones to carve. We also will need a leather worker and a bone carver, of course. So they're gonna come in the same room here. Let's make the bone carver over here in the corner. We can put in the leather work as well. Then we have all like the clothing stuff combined in there. Now, I think we have the woodcutters not doing anything. Do we actually have 20 planks here? We have quite a few planks here. Right, so I guess we can... Not there. I'm always tempted to make another carpenter, because you need the carpenter so often that it's just more efficient if you have a bunch of them. So let's actually place another one of these here. This guy here has made 20 blocks, so he's pretty good to go. Over here we need a knife blade at least. That much I know. And we're also gonna need a chisel, so let's just get those ordered immediately. Like it sometimes when you just do stuff automatically, it gives the orders in kind of a strange so first of all it wants the chair, then and only once it has the chair, then it'll start the next task. So that sometimes leads to a bit of frustration with wondering why aren't anyone doing anything. So hopefully we can alleviate some of that by manually crafting some stuff in this one. We can actually also make stone chairs and tables and such, which would maybe cut down on some time, I don't know. But we don't have that many blocks yet, and blocks are still kind of a valuable resource because our rather low production of them. We want a kitchen as well. I'm guessing we can put the kitchen in here. So we need another workshop for that. We need the butcher shop, and we need a kitchen. We need a distillery. The distillery is the most immediately useful one, as it allows us to make drink out of all the fruit here, so we can convert food into drink. If we don't get a distillery or a well, we can put a well over here by the lake. If we don't have either of those, we're gonna have to. People can only drink the yak milk here, and that's a limited resource until we get the wheat farm really going. So there's a lot of stuff to take care of. We also need to set up a defense system. We need to convert someone into a soldier. That's probably going to be needed sooner rather than later. So if we let's see, we can make a new profession here. Call him soldier. And first of all, we're going to remove all his stuff here. He's not going to do anything except what we tell him to. His uniform will be plate mail, which means just the best stuff that he can get. And then in terms of jobs, well, we want him to do something while he's keeping busy. So let us allow him to... It's actually a good question. What do we want to let him do? We want to let him... Let's let him mine and make blocks. And we also want to let him carry stuff. Doctor, that's not necessary. Agriculture, maybe farming. Let's just leave him at that for now. Okay, so we have a new job, and I'm gonna put one of the woodcutters on the soldier one, I think. This guy seems to be the best woodcutter, so we're gonna make this guy a soldier. Igor. And for now, let's have the soldier also be a wood guy. Okay. Now that we have a soldier, we need to make a squad for him to be in. New squad. Let's see, the tumbled lead. Yeah, sure. Basic formation, and the only soldier will be Igor. There we go, now we have a squad, so we can actually order him around. Perk, yeah, on the move. Let's see, leader, basic soldier, perform attack orders, defend gnomes as well. And yeah, there's a bunch of advanced stuff with this soldier here. I haven't had much luck with I haven't had much luck with it at all with using the military, mainly because I never had or I lose them so quickly. They're not that good at fighting, so I need to figure out how the training system works. But unless we're actually gonna make a proper series of this, it won't be anything you guys will see. But yeah, this is pretty much the basics of Gnomoria. You designate areas, and you have people do stuff to those areas with those areas. You tell people where to build stuff, and they will build it. You have the more wealth you get in your kingdom, the more gnomes you'll attract at the start of each season. So if I want to attract a bunch of gnomes, I need to like get started on improving this in here, making pretty floors and making a big, grand, great hall. But yeah, for now I think I'm gonna leave you guys and let you decide whether we actually need to do a series on this or whether I should just keep playing by myself. So if you want to see a series of Gnomoria, put it in the comments, like this video, make sure to share this video with everyone who you know who would also like to see a series of Gnomoria. And if none of that happens, well then the series most likely won't happen, because quite frankly there's a lot of editing that goes into making these videos, and while I enjoy playing the games, the editing is really only justified once people watch the video. And so when you have a video that people don't really watch, you kind of feel like you wasted your time, and that's a sad feeling. So I want to avoid that as much as I can, which is why I'm now kind of screening these new series with the series. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I am Jerry, and this has been Gnomoria.